Good evening. Thank you for joining me. My name is Eric Chickett, and we are going to be doing my week 2 assignment for SDI. And this is going over the introduction to ammunition and basic ballistics. So that being said, today we are going to be going over the names and nomenclatures of a round. We're also going to go over some what ifs and some weaknesses. So first things first, this is a 7mm dummy round, as I used in my last video. And I'm gonna set you down and we're going to go over this. Alright, get you nice and functioned. Alright, so first things first is we're going to have the bullet. The bullet itself is the projectile. From there we are going to come right here, and this very fine crimping is called the cannulaire. The cannulaire just holds the bullet onto the casing. Next we are going into the neck. So the neck is actually the softest part of the entire round, so whenever it is fired, it actually will expand, releasing the round and assisting with accuracy. Following that, it also acts as a assist whenever it is loading. So as the round is being pushed into the chamber, that neck allows it to slide smoothly, which will lead us into the shoulder. The shoulder will securely seat the round into the chamber accurately and just hold it into place. And from there, we're going into the case. The case's primarily function is to hold the powder. So the next aspect we will be getting into is the belt. The belt ends up helping prevent over insertion, so it won't end up sucking it in. It'll pretty much be like a stopper. That's the best way I can end up explaining that. Following that would end up being the rim. So the rim's primary function is after the round has already been fired, the extractor will latch onto the rim, helping assist pulling this casing out and sending it out of your firearm. So from there, we are going to go to the head. The primary function of the head is to help hold and seal the primer if it were there. And the primer's primary function is to ignite the powder and discharge the casing and send the bullet flying. So now, here is my opinion on some of the weaknesses of the overall rounds that we are using today. One is, I know that brass is pretty malleable, so it doesn't end up having as much of a explosive point because it'll expand and release. But I think it is currently, we haven't advanced as far as we'd like to in what materials we can end up making the casings to end up doing a primary function, as well as the amount of powder and overall the amount of power that we are putting behind the round. I do feel like we could end up doing further research and kind of develop a overall better ammunition. And now we're going to go into some what ifs. So what would happen if the round were to go off whenever it is not inside of the chamber? So, very good question. If this was not inside of the chamber of a firearm and it were to ignite, one, it would not end up allowing this bullet to shoot off like everybody would think into this, like a normal round, and fly off and hit the targets. So this would be completely, what would be the best word for it? Invaluable. It could shoot off, it could drop, there would be no velocity behind it because there's nothing holding it in place to allow it to shoot off from. Second off, the casing itself would almost split like a banana, explode, send shrapnel flying, because it does not have the steel walls of the barrel to end up holding it secure and adding that compression onto the round, and there would be too much expansion. Overall, that's exactly what would happen. So thank you for joining me, and if you have any questions, just reach out. I'm also going to be leaving some links below. Thank you.